This is another area you'll see a common thread is personalization. Personalization is valued by every generation. And I would say, and I'd love to see a show of hands, how many of you have felt that being a small or independent business, personalization has been a competitive advantage for you? Hands higher, please, so everyone can see. Excellent. Now, why is this important? Because this is actually starting to change. So let's talk about what personalization means to customers today. What do they expect you to know? They expect you to know what they searched for. They expect you to know what information they've accessed. They expect that you will understand what they've previously purchased, okay? And they expect that you'll know what they want to purchase next. I tell a story all the time that I wrote an article about 10 years ago, and I walked in to TJ Maxx, and I asked if they could look up something I purchased, and they said no. They can now, but Home Depot could do it at the time, right? How many of you have this expectation that a store can recall what you've purchased? We all have that at this point. Okay, so this is no longer something we just expect of the big box stores. Now your customers probably expect that of you. So understanding this, 71% of consumers expect personalization in their shopping experience, and 80% more are likely to make a purchase from brands that offer personalization. So we're going to spend some time on this today, but this is a really big, important breakdown because this is where the bigger companies are using technology now to make this more across multiple channels. And I hear this so much, and you've probably heard it in anecdotal conversations, which is that you expect that a company at this point understands you. And as you go from their store to being on social media to getting emails, you get frustrated when you get targeted for things that don't align with who you are and what you're interested in. So this is where I want you to start. And for those of you who are doing this, I would love to see like a hand raise or something. Let everybody know what's happening. But I know this is a lot of work. But we do need to do this. So let's start with what is called basic personalization. So this is truly knowing your customers, and I'm sure many of you probably could say that, but I ask the question is, how many of you have that data in your systems, okay? Reacting to customers before they even know what they need, and integrating your technologies. So how many of us send an email out to our customers on a weekly or monthly basis? Okay, do you send the exact same email to every customer on your list? So I see one no, and I saw a lovely face back there. Wish you went, yeah, I do. Okay. Reducing barriers in each channel is something else you can start to do. Chats and connections. So again, this is a little roadmap to help you get started. Start with your point of sale system. Most people have Edge. Okay. If you also have a CRM, a customer relationship management tool, all right, connect more than what's needed. So your point of sale system, how many of you always ask for things like birthdays or anniversaries, right? But there's so many more opportunities to connect. Think about looking through, and by the way, I have done this with our clients. So we've exported out of the Edge a group of people who've just bought David Yurman. We've exported out of the Edge people who have just bought particular styles. Okay, and then all you have to do with your communication is take the same email and duplicate it and just change the picture. Just change a picture. It sounds more difficult than it is. Okay, but the other thing is keep track of not only what birthdays and anniversaries, but life stages. If push presents are a big deal in your part of the country, then why are we not capturing when someone's having their first child? Why are we not capturing when, Doug's son is graduating from college? He's gonna need a watch, right? Think about these things. Also, I know this word is a tough word, but we need to know about people's lives. And this came up actually because of a team member. He lost his father. And he said to me, you know, I really wish these companies would stop sending me Father's Day stuff. And I went, oh my God, that's such an important thing. And what, as small independents, probably learn this about your customers. And you can put this into your systems. And boy, does that make a difference to them. Begin segmentating your list for your communication and your marketing. And then also ask for preferred contact methods. So call, text, email, messaging apps, DMs. You don't have to do it for every event, but it does make a difference if you can offer some opportunities here. And this is where, for those of my store owners who are Gen Xers and baby boomers, lean into your Gen Ys and your Zs to help with the channels that you are not as comfortable with. Split it up a little bit, okay? Great way to get started on personalization. So, how many of you are going to start to think about doing this when you get back to your stores? Okay, yay, I have succeeded today.